Chapter 5 in the book Introduction to Christian Theology deals with that part of the scriptures called the writings or the wisdom literature. In Hebrew, the Ketuvim. In Hebrew, the way they described it in Judaism, it's the Tanakh, the Torah, the Nevi'im, the prophets, and the Ketuvim, the writings. And in the Christian Bible, that will include things like Psalms, Proverbs, the story of Job. It will include the cynical passages of Koheleth or Ecclesiastes. It's got these. It's more obvious than anywhere else that this particular set of writings is different. It's not particularly historic. It's not even purported to be historical. You can see that there's a different feel to the writings. No more clearly than in the Song of Songs, which is a set of love poems between a lover and the beloved. And interesting enough, I mean, this might shock you, but it doesn't mention God. The book just goes on and it sweeps up and down in its poetic excess. But it's beautiful and culminates in this lovely phrase, love is as strong as death. Its flash is a flame of fire. Many waters cannot drown it. That love ultimately is at the heart of the revelation of God. And these psalms, the psalms have every emotion under the sun. The whole of human life is there. The crying out to God for help or celebration, etc. And the writings remind us that that's very clearly that the scriptures are a collection. It's not just one type of writing. And people who read the scriptures as one type of writing are being unfair, if you like. We readily recognise it in poetry, imagery, symbolism in our own work and our own understanding of literature. And the writings make it clear to us that scripture itself, the Bible, has these different styles of literature. Within it, there are the wonderful Proverbs, but also that great story of Job, the story of a man innocently suffering. How does he grapple with that? How does he deal with it? He's forced to ultimately come to the conclusion that he's a creature. God is the only one who can fathom the depths because he was there when the pillars of the earth were set in place. And it's this kind of meditative rumination almost on the mystery of the human condition that marks the writings. Last but not least, maybe to mention Ecclesiastes, I've accused him of being cynical, but he's the one who has that beautiful poetry, poetic understanding of life. There is a time for all things, it's a season for everything under heaven. This idea that our lives are not time tick-tock, they're events. This idea that our life is made up of loving and losing in love, of gathering up stones and throwing them away, building walls, knocking them down. That our life, in a sense, is what we make of it. It's not an empty diary. It's not a vacant lot to be filled with things. It's the drama of love, the drama of life, the drama of life and death. And our life, if we are full of days, we are full of the things that make up life. So the writings, mysterious, different selection, but beautiful nonetheless, calling to mind the human condition and its longing for God.